Hey, Shana Ross here, founder of Shana Ross Fitness, and my clients also call me the front fixer because of my fitness solutions for menopausal women. Today, I have a story to tell you. Actually, I have 7 stories. These stories are about middle-aged women who are in many ways just average, unremarkable women living their daily lives. But in reality, they are some of the most remarkable women I have ever had the privilege of knowing. Some of them have faced real tragedy in their lives. Others have lived through and continue to live with illness, injury, disease. They are mothers, daughters, gay, straight, married, single. They lead busy, demanding lives and have jobs in corporate America, medicine, and law. Now, the one common bond they all share is that at a certain time in their lives, they all realized that a spark had disappeared. In a compilation of their words, they were sick and tired of being sick and tired, angry, confused, fat, hopeless, worn down. That's when each of them decided to stop with the excuses and begin living a more fulfilled life. And they all began by addressing their health and well-being, and that's how they found me here. During my initial consult with each of them, more than one cried. But they stayed true to their commitment to fight from the trenches and not look for the easy way out or someone or something to blame. They took hard looks at themselves and took the time to put in the work to change the image staring back at them. And now, the ultimate challenge. In September 2011, we're going to leave our homes here in Houston and journey to Africa, where we're going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, a 6-day trek that will end at the summit at over 19,000 feet. Now, none of us are at an elite fitness level. We all face many challenges, the most of which is we all live here on the coastal plain at sea level. But altitude be damned, we're going to train for this and we're going to do it. Why? Well, first and foremost, to raise funds for ovarian cancer for reasons that you'll learn later. But secondly, to test ourselves, to prove that it's never too late, regardless of age or physical limitation, to prepare for challenges and meet them head on. But finally, we're going to undertake this trek of a lifetime because we believe we can be of inspiration to other women like us. We all have stories to tell that will sound familiar to the average, everyday woman who may be struggling with life. We feel compelled to talk about our lives, our challenges, our setbacks, but ultimately our victories, so that others may draw strength from us the way we have drawn strength from each other and found new sources of strength within ourselves. The stories are inspirational, poignant, funny, revealing, but most of all, real. The book that I'm writing to chronicle our journey is not a Hollywood story. There is no fairy tale ending. This is simply life as real as it gets. And in this life, we choose to climb.
Kusukele kuqaleni mina bengizoyiphila lempilo kusukele busheni bam mina bengizoyiphila lempilo baba ngixolele baba.
But I just have the feeling that you get a lot of strong-willed women in the group, and none of us are going to let our friends fail.
When I woke up from the surgery, Pam was there, and I asked her, do I have cancer? And Pam told me, yes, you do. As it turned out, I had stage 3C ovarian cancer, which is a very aggressive, well, it's a large tumor, and it was late stage ovarian cancer.
And you go, Jackie, I want you to hike Mount Kilimanjaro with me. I looked at you like, what? Mount who? I can't even pronounce it. How do you spell that? Kilimanjaro? And I looked at you and I said, I said, I'm with you.
Kilimanjaro. Just really want to focus on finding a cure for this horrible disease. and I want to walk for all the women that have died, and the ones that are still surviving. And I think it's really important. This is really important, to me.
I feel like if other people can get up that mountain, I can get up that mountain. And I'm gonna do everything I can do. I'll do all the work to get there. I used to want results with no effort. That's what you want to. I magically feel better without doing anything. Quick fix, whatever it may be. I know today that ain't true. So I'm gonna do the work to get to that mountain.
This group is my inspiration to climb, to train, to climb, if I can. I was asked, do you want to be part of this group? And I said, sure. Like I'm really gonna go. And the first time I met some members of the group and realized whose company I was in, it made a big change.
And instantly I thought, in my mind, I was like, Sherry, you're saying yes. Don't forget. You're saying yes. Don't be fearful. And you said, okay, Sherry, let me know when you decide. And I said, yes. And you said, just whenever you decide, just let me know. I said, Shanna, yes, I'm going to do it. And so thank you for asking me, because I'm thrilled. I think it's going to be great. I'm scared to death still.
I don't think that there's any situation that's ever hopeless. And a lot of this is about attitude and about recognizing those mountains and not letting them be an overshadow. Even having been diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer, I have joy in my life.
December 31st, 2011, I'll be retiring from the FBI. The law enforcement side of things has a mandatory retirement age of 57. It's really going to be a bittersweet type of deal when it gets to be the 31st, and I'm sure there will be tears and sadness. Absolutely, climbing the mountain could be the start of the reinvention of FBI agent Deb Sanders into her new career as a personal trainer.
And I was like, okay, it's time for me to take responsibility for me. So the first thing that came to mind was get in shape.
I always had this, even when I was drinking, that I knew, because I was suicidal too, but I always had in the back of my mind, knew tomorrow's a different day. There's always hope. And I think that's what has kept me going all these years, is there's always hope that it will be different, that it might not be better, but it'll be different. It won't be today,
I lived through obesity. I lived through thoughts of suicide. I lived through, the fact that my child almost died at birth. I lived through bullying. I lived through, the struggles of becoming a doctor, the struggles of being self-employed.
Taking control of my eating and learning to eat more in the way that I began to feel that I began to take power back. Instead of being a passive participant in my health care, because before then, they told me what to take and I tried it. They told, because, I felt HIV was bigger than me and all these other things, and I began to tell them.
On my 45th birthday, I thought, I've been bitter and cynical and fearful and all of that for way too long. And I thought about everything that had held me back all these years. And I was like, I'm ready to let it all go.
And it's always such a loss, and as you go through life and you're told, you can't do this anymore, you can't do this anymore,
A delayed reaction to the chemotherapy, about a year to a year and a half afterwards, there's something called a cognitive impairment that can occur. The white matter of the brain has been damaged, and it's permanent. It does not remit.
I'm still a little ghetto girl at heart. When I went back to high school, I wanted my daughter and sister to believe no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. So climbing up that mountain is another one on top of that mountain. I'm going to yell, no excuses.
First, I'm going to think, it's cold up here. Too cold for the Puerto Rican.
I want to find new ways to accomplish things in my life now that I can't do what I used to do.
And the more you say yes, your life is on the up curve. And the more you say no, it may not affect you that day, it may not affect you 2 days later, or even a week later. But eventually, all those no's add up to something. Or all the yeses add up to something.
So that's our group plus me. And like Sherry, we're asking you to say yes. Yes to helping us get up Mount Kilimanjaro. We need sponsorship dollars. As you might imagine, a trip of this magnitude is quite expensive. A couple of our people have bucked up and are going to be paying their way, but the majority of us need some assistance. We've already secured our tour guide, Macon Dunnigan, affiliated with Zara Tours, whose wife passed away of ovarian cancer, so you can imagine how supportive he is of our cause. We feel our stories are compelling and that they will help many other people. And now, we need your help. With your sponsorship dollars, we'll see you at the top. And remember, we choose to climb.
Oh, we choose to climb.
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 Renuela,